Let's cross live now to our political correspondent, Tom Harwood, who is there at the Conservative Party conference in Birmingham for us now. Settling down a bit, arrivals, getting ready for the fray. What's the buzz like, Tom?
Yes, it's an interesting word you choose to use there, buzz, because it does feel like there is a bit of a buzz at this party conference. It's a bit confusing, potentially, looking at the media reports and looking at the position in the polls, walking around here, talking to activists here. You wouldn't necessarily feel like this was a party that was 20 points behind in the polls. This feels like a party that is potentially more at ease with itself than some reports would suggest, although this is, of course, just an early feeling, and potentially that mood will develop as more of these events go on. Potentially we'll hear more disquiet in the fringe events of this conference, because of course that's where usually the news is made, rather than the set pre-prepared big stage conference speeches from cabinet ministers, and of course that big speech from the Prime Minister on Wednesday. It'll be the in-between moments. It'll be the drinks events in the evenings, and it's interesting to note that one or two of those pre-planned drinks events have been cancelled already. Now, some of these organisers say that's due to the train strikes. There's been some speculation that the cancellation of one or two of these events that are usually more jolly affairs were because it might be a bad look for Tories to be, or indeed for senior cabinet ministers to be, singing karaoke or looking like they're having a good time in the middle of what is quite a tough economic time for people up and down the country. But yes, that'll be where the real news is made, in the evenings at the fringe events. But I have to report from the floor of this conference so far, and of course it hasn't been going for very long yet at all. The formal opening of the conference has not yet taken place. That'll start with a rendition of God Save the Queen and a tribute to Her Majesty performed by Penny Mordaunt. But no, so far the floor of this conference feels perhaps more positive than you might expect.
All right, Tom, thank you very much indeed. And I think that's 4 o'clock formal kickoff, as you say, with Penny and the national anthem. I'll be off air by then, but I know you've been good enough to agree to talk to other colleagues, you and Darren, as the day unfolds. Thank you very much indeed. Tom Harwood there, live from the Tory party conference, talking about the buzz.